So here we are, we're at the Sydney Children's Hospital in preparation for our 5th annual Blue Lunch, which is scheduled obviously for today. Now listen, anyone that's sitting in the crowd that's been to one of these events before, you'll know how moving it is, and I think that this year's event, for more than one reason, should give you a good reason to obviously contribute and make a positive difference for a great cause. So we've just finished the breakfast for the corporate sponsors, and I think the first thing I want to say is thank you so much for everyone that participated this morning, and more so, thank you to everybody in the room. This is going to be a great event. This is obviously the start of what will be an amazing afternoon in aid of the Children's Protection Unit at the Sydney Children's Hospital. So you're going to hear some amazing speakers today, and if you think that child abuse doesn't happen in the Sutherland Shire, well then think again. Let's make this a huge success for the Child Protection Unit. Please dig deep. I hope everyone has an amazing day, and thank you for coming. So here we are with our friend Nicola Stokes, the CEO of the foundation. Nicola, how are you?
I'm really well, David. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
An exciting day for us. So we've just held our corporate sponsors breakfast. We've had a lot to do with each other this year in terms of our partnership with the Children's Hospital. Most notably, recently we won a big award.
You did indeed.
Can you tell the group?
I will indeed. It was our absolute pleasure to induct you into the Hall of Champions. So this is the highest level of our Champions for Children because you've raised over $1 million for the kids who need our hospital. So 2018 is an amazing year. It's your 5th Blue Lunch.
Can you believe it?
So yeah, Hall of Champions. So yeah, for us we were just so thrilled. It's such a wonderful way to be able to acknowledge you and all of your sponsors and all of the people who make the Blue Lunch possible. And as you know, we see about 70,000 kids here every year, but every child from the Shire who actually needs specialist paediatric care comes here to us. But I think what's really important is the connection with you, the connection with the Shire and all the people in the Shire who we're here for when they need us. Yeah.
So we were talking this morning as a group. We've raised a bit over $1 million, which is amazing. Last year I think we raised a bit over $330,000 after expenses. Can you tell us a little bit about how and where that money was spent?
Absolutely, 337. That's what you raised. 37. Every penny, as you know,
all over the numbers.
Counts. It really does. So kids cancer. So really, really important. And so what you actually contributed to is to ensure that all of the children in New South Wales are getting the very best cancer care here. So you're part of that amazing leap ahead in the diagnosis and treatment of kids with cancer. So yeah, impact on lots of fabulous little people and their families.
And I think that's the one thing that I love about what you guys do, apart from the fact that it's kids, is that I know, and the group should know, that you're actually spending the money the right way. There's a lot of transparency, there's a lot of kind of detail, and you explain it properly.
Yeah, look, I think that's really important, and thank you for acknowledging that. That's our #1 motivation. This foundation has been going for 30 years. And it's always been transparent. You can see the money that goes in. We publish reports every single year, and we acquit directly in line with the donor's intention, and we're really proud of that.
So apart from today being an amazing day, we're obviously here for a reason. So this year we've nominated the Children's Protection Unit as something that we'd like to focus on. Can you explain that?
Priority populations is a really important one because it deals with the most vulnerable children in our state and in our society. So it's a whole of hospital effort is in identifying whether a fall or an interaction is actually abuse of some kind, whether that's physical, sexual or mental abuse. And it's a way of identifying the type of abuse and giving the child in particular and the support of the family ways to work through that and to ensure they can live long and happy lives.
From a privacy point of view, you don't take the kids that have suffered abuse through the front of the hospital. You've created access, so there's some discretion there.
Absolutely. So in just physicality, the whole front of the hospital everybody knows, but if you go a little bit further down Hospital Road, there's another set of doors on the first one on the right is into.
That kind of thing.
No, because the problem is there's so much shame and guilt associated when this happens in a family, and that's part of what we try to do. But we can solve for it. We need to put an entire structure and support around the child and the family members and the broader community so that it's okay to tell someone when that's happened.
Really ugly stuff, but look, thank you again. I'm so excited to have you back.
Oh, it's great.
Thank you for the partnership. and we look forward to having a great day together.
We will indeed. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Nicola.
Good.
So Demetria, thank you for your time this morning and a great presentation. I might start by asking you, you're a doctor, what's your role in this department?
I'm a pediatrician, it means a children's doctor, and I have worked here for almost 20 years now. And my role for the Child Protection Unit as a senior doctor, but also the director of the service. And I've been managing this service for almost 20 years. Sydney Children's Hospital, which is placed at Randwick, as far as child protection is concerned, we cover what's called the Southeastern Sydney Local Health District, that includes Sutherland. And we work with children who have suffered any type of abuse, and includes sexual abuse, physical abuse, neglect, other kind of medical neglect, and lots of those kinds of issues. Abuse happens in all communities.
It's amazing. I've lived in the Sutherland Shire for all of my 38 years, and you just don't know that these things exist.
People think that child abuse is rare. It's not. Worldwide, 1 in 5 people have experienced physical abuse in their childhood, 1 in 3 emotional abuse. Even in the Australian statistics we talked about this morning, about close to 170,000 children in Australia each year are reported to social services because of abuse, and almost 60,000 are in foster care because of abuse and neglect. So it's a very common problem, and one of the statistics we talked about is there's 1 child being abused every 13 minutes.
What does a day, what's a normal day look like for you?
It's variable, like in any other job that you do. You have, days which are really quite challenging. For example, you can come in the morning like today and you get a phone call from the intensive care unit, and there's a child, usually a baby, about 8-month-old, been admitted overnight with a serious head injury. It's not all doom and gloom. Children are incredibly resilient. You'd be surprised how quickly they recover and how quickly they bounce back.
Demetria, thank you so much for everything this morning. You've done an amazing job. You do amazing work. We're very grateful, and I'm incredibly excited to get behind the event.
The way we do it is when we have people like you supporting us, validates our work, and having the commitment of the community behind us is very important to sustain us and sustain our children.
Well, we're going to do some big things for your unit come the 31st of the month, so we look forward to coming back to you and telling you what the results are.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
I'm already planning to spend the money.
Thank you.